Welcome back. This is M-Dog. Fisher Online, leveling guide. What a mess. This is my third time trying to start this episode. I keep getting interrupted by work. You know, the frustrating thing is it's just short little calls. It really shouldn't be that disruptive, but so far it has been. So we're going to try this one more time. It's been a very exciting, almost start to this episode. Uh-oh. Why are we not able to cast? So I'll try to catch you up on everything that's happened in the lost footage. But we are back at the starting pond, which, by the way, I am just loving this place. For being the first place that you can fish, it's so good here. So I'm going to try to just keep fishing, and I'll talk when I can. If I have to get on a quick work call, I'll mute myself and turn my camera off. But we'll just keep fishing, and then I'll, get back with you and catch you up as soon as I can. Okay, so let's go rod by rod. On this rod, we're using large one hooks with pearl barley. Now, on this line, we're using the same garlic dough that's mixed with, it's dough mixed with garlic that we made back 2 episodes ago. So if you've been watching the episodes, this is the first dough we ever made, right? And on the second rod, we're making another dough that I made tonight during this episode that I've lost some footage on. And we used it using the semolina base with vanilla dip, okay? So we've purchased a second type of dough and a second dip. So just as a reminder, the first dough we made was this first one on the list. Now, if you read the ingredients, it's got like shellfish and stuff in it. So we've been catching more rudd and roach on this. The second dough we made is semolina based. We're catching more crucians, golden crucians, that kind of stuff on it. Now, the dips, the first one we used garlic. That's what we got with the stuff that we're catching the rudd on. The second one is vanilla. That's with the semolina that we're catching the crucians on. So again, this is the spicy garlic one. Now, it's not 100%, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is a roach or a rudd. And then the second one is the vanilla semolina dough. Not 100%, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is a crucian. Okay? That's what we're learning. And it's part of why I'm having so much fun, because we're experimenting, making different baits, seeing how the fish respond to them differently. And this whole time we've been using Lucky ground bait. Well, we're about to make our own ground bait, which I'm also really excited about. But before we get to that, let me mention the most exciting thing that happened that I'm really sad that we lost the footage for. And that was on this rod here, on the semolina. Oh, what is this? This is a huge fish. Let's see what this is. On the semolina, using large one hooks and pearl barley with Lucky ground bait, store-bought ground bait, pre-mix, we caught a silver bream, a bunch of silver bream, but we caught a silver bream that was, that's a big juicy crucian. That was big enough to silver bream on the pond. I'll show you what I mean. If you go to Fish on Lake, we now have silvered the silver bream. So we caught one that was over 1.06 kilos. It was like 1.1 or something. So now we've silvered golden crucian. I don't even know when that happened. That was like in our first couple episodes. I didn't even notice. And now we've silvered silver bream. So pretty cool, right? Let's make sure we don't have any. Nope, not that. Fish pieces, fish offals. Nah, nothing. All right, let's keep catching fish. Another rudd. See, I think we're onto something. This is so cool to be able to see how things are working and then target fish with different dough and dip ingredients. Okay, so let's see if there's any quests we want to take. All right, crucian for income. I mean, that's huge. Like with what we're doing right now, Let's totally do that. All right. So the next thing we did, and I haven't finished this yet, but we did purchase. Okay, so we went to attractants. We purchased some tench crucian attractant, dry attractant. And then we got some oat flakes attractant base. And we're about to make our own ground bait. Trying to think of, yes, we'll make sure we have enough bait. We've got over 500 silver. We're doing so well. And this has been so fun. I cannot tell you how fun this is. Now that there's more complexity, even at this first, I mean, imagine, really, this pond, this starter pond, if you're comparing it to something in RF4, it's much more comparable to Mosquito, right? Not to the pond in RF4. This is way more going on, way more different fish species and different types of fishing. Anyway, okay, so let's make our ground bait. This is our first ground bait we've made in this series, okay? So we go to this and we right-click on it, then we click Use. And then this is where we start adding stuff. We're going to use vanilla dip. Then here we put the attractant base, which is oat flakes. Here we put the baits. We're going to try bloodworms. And now we've made ground bait. Now, is there a way to name it? Oh, there is. All right. Crucian ground bait with oat flakes, bloodworms. Yes, oh, it actually works to name it now. That is amazing. Okay, so we're going to throw this ground bait on in place of the lucky ground bait and see how it affects the fishing on all three of these setups. And there's so many different things that you could do with ground bait. So many different ingredients. It's another large one. We actually don't want that. Let's go without quest on that one. That one's too big to do with the quest. All right, here we go. And by the way, through the night here has been terrific on crucians and other stuff, but crucians especially. Now, in the early evening or late evening, right towards midnight, we were killing silver bream on pearl barley. But at some point, it seems like it just got too late for the silver bream. And now we're just seeing the crucians and stuff, even on the pearl barley. All right, so now we're using our fancy ground bait on both the first and the third rod. We need to look at, all right, rudd and crucians. Let's see how much these big crucians are worth. Because that income quest is 10 for fixed for like 50. So we never want to use these large crucians towards the quest. Now the small ones, even that's not the best deal. But these we totally want to. The tiny ones, absolutely. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that one, but that's fine. There we go. Okay. And yeah. All right, so everything else we're going to sell for 55 silver. Beautiful. All right, looks like we've got fish on both lines that we put this new ground bait on. Kind of want to get it on the middle one too, but we'll try to be patient. Oh, there's another silver bream for you. Big boy silver bream, and these are such good silver at this size. It's awesome. All right, so first fish on the new ground bait was really good. Let's see what this is. Ooh, is that a silver bream as well? Interesting. I feel like that's the first silver bream we've caught on this far left line. Hey, I'll take it though. Could just keep going and going. It's so good. I mean, we're up to a level 11 now. There we go. Now we can put our new ground bait on all 3 lines, thankfully. Yeah, I'll show you how much. Oh, immediately a hit. Something small. If this crucian, this will be a good one towards our income quest. We want these small crucians for the income. Yeah, I think that will be. Alright, definitely. I didn't mean to cast it that far, but that's fine. For some reason, the middle mouse button isn't working like it normally does for casting right back to the same spot. It may be in all my starting and stopping. I don't, it's bugged out or something, but whatever, it's fine. There's a little roach. Yeah, let's see how much the silver bream's worth. The big boy silver bream. I don't know if it's worth quite as much as the crucian. Yeah, it's 9.7. I think that one we caught that was the... Actually, we caught 2 that qualified for the silver badge or whatever. And they were both like 11 or 12, I think. Something like that. So I guess the crucians are even better. Hopefully the rudd will start waking up here soon. We do have a quest to finish off getting a certain amount of weight of rudd. Be nice to finish that off if we can. I like how this pearl barley's working. I feel like the pearl barley, we're catching either, on average, larger crucian or the silver bream. Both fish that we don't mind, that we like to catch in this situation. And it's been a little bit better bite rate even than the doe. Now, I've liked using the doe a ton. We've had some really good results with the doe as well. But because of the silver bream, the pearl barley, I mean, you know, if you're just starting out this game, large one hooks with pearl barley in this spot here, right next to camp, it's a pretty good way to start, I would say. Once you get your feeders going. Small crucian, we'll throw that in for the income quest. We're over halfway there now. 6 out of 10. I think when we finish that up, let's hope we start hitting some rudds, because if we don't, we'll just cancel the rudd quest. Again, I'm not worried about experience at all. I mean, I could fish this pond for another like 2 weeks, I think. But I know people want to see some of the other maps as well. So we'll start moving through them some. That's a quick bite there on the doe. And this is the semolina doe. I'm thinking about putting our garlic shellfish doe back out there, because those rudd are going to wake up any minute now, and we can maybe catch a bunch of them. Although, maybe I don't want to do it too fast, because I do want to finish this crucian income quest as well. A green one? Yeah, I'll take that towards income. I mean, at this point, we want to finish the income to get our 50 silver for it. And we've used enough, like, blank ones that wouldn't have been worth anything that I'm comfortable doing that. Alright, there's 26 more silver. We're over 600 silver now. Even with all the purchasing of stuff that we've been doing in terms of the ground bait and the doe, which that's not cheap. But even with that, we're still, you know, we've gained 100 silver, even with all those purchases. Oh, here's another perfect crucian for our quest. Just need 2 more. 2 more, and then we'll cancel rudd, right? Alright, let's look and see. All right, so, oops. All right, so lake whitefish is the daily today for Siberia Inisay. I would say for our current gear, that's pushing it a little bit. So we'll probably skip that one. I don't really want to go back there anyway unless it was something was perfect. We're definitely skipping pike at USA Thousand Islands. So we're going to go to Russia. Germany. Let's go dip our toe in Germany, see how much carp gear costs, see if we can get an upgrade to our keep net. At least see what that stuff's going to be like. Is it starting to get light a little bit? Maybe a little bit. Ooh, if this is a silver bream, it's going to be a beautiful one. I doubt it is, though. It's probably going to be a fat, juicy crucian, which I am okay with if that's the case. We will not take it towards our income quest if it's a crucian, if it's this size. Oh, it's a common carp. I stand corrected. The one good thing about that fish is that's going to be good for fish offals. 6 of them, in fact. We just made some offals. Anything different we want to do on the quest as we finish up here? I don't think so. Let's just try to finish off crucian. Hopefully we can. We just need 2 more. I have been fishing this spot for quite a while. If it takes a few minutes to get a bite, we'll move them over, point them in a different direction or something. It's a little tench. Just change our direction slightly here. I almost hope this is a crucian just so we can put it towards our income. Yes. What's going on? Oh, are we out of bait? Oh, did we run out of all of our... Okay, we'll go to this real quick, just so we can get some out of there. We ran out of that dough we made. That dough seemed to work really good, too. We'll make some more real quick. Although, if this is a crucian, maybe we don't even... I mean, I'll still make some more. Oh, it's another silver bream. I love it. Another large silver bream. So good. So if you need the silver award for silver bream, this is your spot. All right, where's the semolina dough? Here we go. Semolina dough. Vanilla dip. Do it up. Do it up right. Here comes the rud. Oh, now we're out of the other dough. That's so funny. So funny. I'm not going to make more of the other dough because we're not going for that rud quest. We're going to cancel that. We're literally 1 crucian away from not even caring. That's a roach, isn't it? All right, let's cancel out. We're gonna try to finish crucian. Besides that, we're good. Ooh, another common. I mean, it could be the Crucian, but it's more likely a silver bream, I would say. Oh, it's Crucian. Perfect. All right, we're good. We're done. All right, all quests finished. Another 21 silver. We're at 680 silver. Let's go forth and travel. Ooh, never mind. I'm not even sure if we're going to fish in Germany during this episode. What are we at? Well, we're not that far into the episode. I mean, it feels like I've been fishing forever, recording forever, because I've restarted twice. All right, first time going to Germany. Let's do it. I love the new loading screen, the splash screen or whatever in the back. I think that update happened today that changed that. I'm like, I own that watch. All right, first time at Germany. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, in terms of new baits, we've got grasshoppers, which would be good for Ide, even back at the pond, right? We also have corn, which would be good for carp here and back at the pond. Cheese cubes, good for silver bream, among other things, I'm sure. All right, so we've at least got one of all the baits now. Here are the little... I'm not going to buy one right now, but this is the little, like, some of the wobblers and stuff I was talking about for hitting pike. Even at the pond, I think it would work. But lots more lure choices now compared to what we'd had at the pond. We now introduce boilies. First time being able to purchase real boilies. Many different rod choices. So these are just floats, right? We've got float rod like the one we have, stick rods, and even up to like really expensive stick rods. This one's got... Oh, these give you a bonus to experience. So these are like little ultralight rods. How big do these get? These are also stick. Ooh, that's expensive. Oh, that goes up to 26 kilo. This is a carp fishing float rod. That's awesome. I didn't even know that was in this game now yet at this point. This goes up to 12 kilos, so you couldn't do carp, but you could do a lot of other things. That's really cool. Might have to experiment with those at some point. All right. Those are our float. Here's spinning rods. Wow. Oh, this is cool. All right. So 17 kilo, 11 kilo, 7.5 kilo. This would be perfect. Like, it gives you more experience, like a little light setup. I don't know if you'd quite, I guess you'd call it ultralight setup. It calls it light casting rod. Only LP reels of 1500 or below. And then feeder rods. All right, I got to take a quick bio break. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. We've got picker rods. Again, would be cool to use these at the pond. Ultralight, light, medium light. How about that ultralight? Plus 50% experience for the real small fish or for the really brave fishermen. But what we're more interested in is this. I mean, look at this. This is a straight carp rod. So 300 silver, and we can get up to 18 kilo. What reel would we put with that? So 300 silver. This one, 300. So for 600 silver, which is practically what we have, we can get a full-blown carp rig. I don't even think we want to get the 12 kilo. We'll skip right over it to the 18 kilo. And then we'll throw some, let's see. I guess we throw 20 kilo line on there, and then $19.20 kilo leader. Wait, no, it's 18, isn't it? 18.4 kilo leader. I think in this game that's close enough. We could go down to 17. I don't think we're going to break our stuff, though. I think if it's close like that in this one, I think it works. We could at least try it. All right, so what else do we have? New hooks. We got some nicer carp hooks. A lot more expensive, but a lot nicer hooks. Some new float options. So it looks like these are the same keep nets. Now, I'd be interested to go to Russia, which we actually can, and make sure that the keep nets are the same options there. Because realistically, before we start fishing carp, we actually need to get something like this. Or we're not going to be able to keep the carp. I don't really care about signals at the moment. This is all stuff you can craft with. Travels. So once we start getting tournament tokens, you can actually travel places that you don't have the level unlocked yet, which is pretty cool. Okay, so we need 15,000 silver to start our club. So we're going to need a lot of silver for us to start our club, but I will try to do that at a reasonably quick period of time. Oh, it's going to be killer to do 15,000 towards it, but I want to get our club going, and just if anybody wants to join us, I guess let me know. Are you interested in joining a club with me in Fisher Online? Those of you that are watching this series, playing this game. I guess I should make sure there's interest in that before I just like off and do it. All right, we've got enough silver. I want to go to Russia just to test this. I want to see what keep nets are available here before making a decision on a keep net. And then we'll go back to Germany and try some fishing, but we're not going to be able to fish for carp yet. So I have to figure out what other things we can fish for that we're not going to get like blown up. Our lines are blown up. All right, so this is Russia. Another very cool map. Lots of memories from this map. This is where I first started like fishing for larger fish. Same baits. I mean, other than carp. I shouldn't say that, but it just felt different, like going for the sterlet and stuff here. Okay. What was I going to look at? Yeah. I feel like pretty early, by the time I was in Russia and really grinding it out in Russia on my main account, I feel like this might have been the one I got. But I don't mind getting this one for 280. And then we'll decide like, okay, which one do we save up for next? But I think for now, we just go ahead and get this one. It can hold up to 40 kilo. So, I mean, you know, true, if we catch a really large couple of large carp at Germany, we'll probably have to go sell before we get more, but at least we can keep them, you know? I think that's just a no-brainer. I think we have to do it. It slows us down a little bit on getting those carp rods, but what's the point Um, all right. So we've got that. It's also worth noting here at Russia, it looks like this is now, oh, here's attractants. Probably the same attractants we can get at the pond, I'm not sure. This looks like now the first place where you can buy fly fishing gear. So once we have our carp stuff set up, if we want to get a very basic fly fishing gear, we could with some of the basic flies. Although the next map we go to, which let's see what level that is. Is it Poland that's fly fishing and that's level 15? I believe that is correct. And that's where fly fishing also is a big deal. Okay, so we're good, right? By the way, somebody said in a comment that they think you can use the auction house if you're standing next to the shop. Oh. Let's sell 10 of these at 19.9. Cool. Thank you. That's how you use the auction house. We'll see if that works, if we ever get the money for that, if it sells. So we can now go to the auction and see, oh, here it is. Cool. I like it. Wait, you can buy VIP in the auction? Oh. 15 days for 12.5 thousand silver? I mean, if you play a lot, that's so cool that you can do that for VIP. Interesting. Isn't that cool? I think that's cool. Alright, we go back to Germany. Let's see if there's anything we can fish for here that we think we would be able to complete the daily quest in any kind of reasonable amount of time. Considering we can't target carp yet. Aren't there bream here? It's just like middle of the day, I think. It's morning, in fact. Alright, let's see what fish are here. Isn't there always a sign with the fish that are here? I thought there was. Maybe the newer places have it. By the way, this map has gotten extended. You can fish like over here now some. Is there an island out there? And you can get off the island. Is that where they keep the big boy carp? Ooh, things to find out. Alright, what can we fish for here? Well, first of all, let's take the quest. Oh, maybe we just do crucian and get income again. Yeah, there are bream. Okay. So what are these crucian like? Not too many fish here. I mean, there's quite a few, but... Pearl barley. Corn. We could use pearl barley and then maybe our dough that we made. How do we feel about this little place here? I don't feel like this is a high carp area. So let's try fishing for crucian right here. Just see what we catch. Holy cow, it always goes so much farther than I realized it's going to. I also just kind of want to do one just right over here maybe. And then this all has pearl barley on it. We'll see if it works. So, fish on the lake. Over here, what I'm covering up is tench, grass carp, and Wells catfish. Then we have carp, rough, roach, bleak, shrimp, which we do need to catch shrimp potentially to use. I think is it Russia? Is it shrimp good at Russia? Carp, mirror, grass pike, eel, trout, barbatula, brook trout, rudd, perch, crucian, bream, zander, gudgeon. Alright, if this doesn't work, where else are we going to try? We could try down there. I also feel like down here, there's some real grassy areas, if I remember correctly. We could maybe go try down there. All right, let's see what this is. Yeah, we don't want to catch carp. Bloodworm feels like it might be the safest bait. But how well does it work? And is this even a spot to catch them? Not sure how good our instincts were for this particular location. Hey, we're not trying to catch carp over here. We actively want to avoid carp, in fact. Okay. Only got one shot. Do not miss your chance to flow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. All right. How about that? I hate that I couldn't, be talking during that. But what a change in, getting hooking into something that we have no business hooking into, right? 51 silver, by the way, for that carp. But because of the boat, able to get the fish in. Pretty cool, right? All right, I think we want to switch places, though. We got to kind of rethink what we're doing here. We can't, clearly we can't use our dough here. It's way too much of a carp magnet. And that's what I was afraid of, like trying to target crucian here might not be, as golly, they've changed this. Wolf has changed this place so much. It used to be you came down here to the end of Germany, or this side of Germany. There were like all this just like stuff everywhere. He's opened it way up. It looks much more like a cool beginner carp map now, which is what it is, which I love. I love that it does not take long to get to a point where you can start targeting and going for carp. All right, let's see if we can just get right here and let's think about what we're doing. So I wanted to try this with fish pieces just to see what we're catching. We'll also put like, what else do we want to try? All right, let's try. We'll try bloodworms right here. And then what do we want to put on this? Pearl barley also will get... we'll try bloodworms with a 0 hook as well. I want to see what fish pieces catches on the 0 hook, if anything here. And then... yeah, we'll just try some different baits. Let's just do some experimentation for a few minutes before we wrap this one up. What is shrimp getting on fish pieces? That's what I thought. Also bloodworm, though, so we could catch one of those. I just don't know if they're down here, if we're in the right location for the shrimp. But all right, so first fish on bloodworm, and this is with the 0 size hook, right? Yeah, so we may not need to go with the 1 hook. Here we may catch decent fish on the 0. Yeah, there's a crucian right there. And it's a large one. So we're going to go without quest, actually. I don't know that we need ground bait on it. We can use the ground bait. That's fine. We can make more. We've got the ingredients for it now. What else could we use? Like, what's getting roach? Caddisfly larva. We could try that. We did pick up some of that. Which one's got a fish on it? Oh, same one again. The 0 hook. Yeah, the large 1 hook might just be too big for the bloodworm. And we're getting decent little fish here. Is that a silver bream? Oh, it's a bream. Maybe you can fish bream all day long. We should see what the bream are biting on here. The bigger bream. Oops. Where are bream? Peas. Yeah, that's what I figured. Peas, and then occasional leech. Why isn't that second rod? Oh, it's too big a hook for bloodworm, right? All right, anything else we want to try? What did we say roach had? Oh yeah, caddisfly larva. And then tench, crawfish tails, bloodworms, perch, rudd, bloodworm, caddisfly larva, fly fishing for the brook trout for the most part. I think shrimp works for the trout sometimes as well. Bloodworms or maggots. With 0 hook, you would think we might run into one of those. Yeah, this isn't any better using the 1 hook. I think we switch this to 0 if we're going to continue to use bloodworms. Is that a perch? All right, we've caught a perch. All right, so let's switch this to 0. Maybe we take that ground bait off and just throw it in with the bloodworms. I want to put it right in front of us. Still nothing on the fish pieces. How far would we have to cast this to actually get it? Oh, we are pretty close to deeper water. Do we throw some ground bait on here? Maybe some lucky ground bait and then chuck it? Holy cow. We'll see. Nothing like experimenting. Roach. What else are some of the common baits that might catch multiple things? Rough. Bleak on the... I guess we could try float at really, shallow with bloodworm and stuff. Let's try that just for a minute. Tiny hook. Yeah, we can try maggots first. Just right out here. We'll see if that does anything. Maggots, bloodworm. Just see if we can get a variety of stuff. We need about 7 more kilos in terms of weight of fish. If we get desperate, we can just try to catch another couple small carp. All right, there's a rudd. We just want to start knocking as many fish off the list as we can. Ooh, I think we've got a fish on our fish pieces, don't we? It just moved. Do I need to give that a tug and see what's going on? Is that another perch? Get out of here, perch. Did we ever equip... Look, we never equipped this. Silly us. Silly us. Alright, so there's nothing on that. It was just doing something weird. There's a roach. I kind of want to switch back and forth between bloodworms and maggots. Try to see some of these, what we can get on float for a minute. Come on. Ooh, there we go. Oh. Golly. That's why I just need to put it down. Wait till it goes all the way under. Nothing on the fish pieces yet. Yeah, we're not doing the crucians. So we tried the caddisfly larva here. Nice rud. Nice healthy rud. Grain? I don't know about grain. Corn with the really small hook. It's going to hit a little carp or something, isn't it? Okay. This is not doing nothing. Trying just to not bleak or something like that off the list, but maybe we need to rotate back to maggots. Again, with float, I just often feel like just throw it in the water. If you don't get a bite, something's probably wrong. Recast it. Okay, corn's not catching anything. We can't have two dead feeders out there. Maggots, worm. All right, let's go back to maggots. And we'll have to try fish pieces somewhere else. That's just not happening. All right. Almost immediately. All right, what is this little guy? A bleak. There we go. All right, so maybe we don't need to have the float out there anymore anyway. All right, is there anything weird we want to go for while we're down here? We need about 7 more kilos of weight though. Fish on the lake. What about these rares? I mean, there's going to be somewhere to catch these. Bloodworm 0. I don't know where or how, but... Oops. Man, we're getting a quick bite rate right now. This is like getting 22 kilos by 1,000 little cuts. All right, we're on the crucian. Does it just kill the bite rate if we put a 1 hook back on here? Get a little bigger crucian. So that was on worm. We could try to hit the bream. 3 bream for 50 silver. 2 bream for experience. Let's just see if it works. Whew, perfect timing. Alright, so we want to go peas. We'll do this kind of stuff. Oh, shoot. No, cancel it. Alright. How far do we think we need to cast? It's not real far. It's not like... That's probably perfect. Yeah, 5 meters. A little depth to it. We'll see how that works. Get those peas out there. Heck, if we have to, we can use this bream towards it. I have a feeling bream quests are going to be OP here. If we can catch bream off and on throughout the day. At night, they'll probably get bigger. Until we can comfortably go for carp, that might be the play. All right, we're at an hour now. Let's try to wrap this up. What are we doing on the second and third rod right now? 0, 0. Let's just recast them. All right, let's see what this is, because this second rod's been really slow. Oh, it's a rough. I'm so glad we knocked the rough off. So if you look, we've actually done a pretty good job of starting to, hit away at some of these. Pretty good. I'm surprised the peas haven't worked, to be honest, but maybe it's because it's not nighttime. It's harder to target them. Oh, we're getting there. We don't need much more weight, and we've got it. We do need one more bream, though. We can use the other bream that's in our net, but we need at least one more to be able to finish both the income and the experience quest. Bloodworm's where it's at just for like these quick bites. And it seems like there are a lot of different species that will go for the bloodworms. We just got to find the particular spot. I just have a feeling there's a particular spot for these barbatulas. We just got to figure out where that is. What else could be hard? Eels could be. Fish pieces, bait fish. The trouts, I mean, that could be a little challenging. Once we get the fly set up, it gets a little easier, though. Wells catfish, I mean, that's just a matter of time. They just get big here. Bigger than the last place. Shrimp, we just have to keep experimenting on where shrimp works, but Xander is interesting. I guess bait fish, maybe we occasionally get one on bait fish. Unless we start trying to spin fish for them. But I think we're going to try to prioritize getting our carp rod set up before getting our next like spinning set up or anything else. All right, I'm thinking with the peas, let's take the ground bait off. Let's don't cast it as far. And let's go to zero hook. I wouldn't normally go zero hook on the bream in this game, but I don't know how strong the bream really are here. Oh God, not that close. It's a little better. We'll try it for a minute. Oh, goodness. There we go. We'll see what this is. I bet it'll be a little bream. Yeah. Not that close. That close. So technically we can be done with it, the bream quest, because we can use this one. But we'll wait and see. We'll see if we get one more, if it's bigger or smaller. So that one is 1.014 kilos. Found a good bream spot here though. Bet you could at night especially use the large one hooks and probably catch some decent size. But definitely in some of the later maps, bream fishing becomes maybe a little bit more, featured. Uh-oh. Here we go. Hey, this is a nicer one. Even with the zero hook. Oh, it's not a bream, that's why. Does this finish off our daily quest though? It does, right? Boom. We're done. Finished all the quests. We finished all the quests. We end up with 600 silver. Man, we got back to 600 silver. So go ahead and get the rod, but we won't get the reel yet. 300 silver. Katana deep stream. Alright. We'll wait and buy the reel when we have a little bit more of a cushion with silver, right? But I wish you could name equipment too, but that's so cool you can name ground bait and stuff now. I don't know when he put that in the game, but that's awesome. All right, we have a large variety of random stuff. We don't have any weird quests, do we? Nah. All right. What does this put us at? 53 more. So we have 56. We can go and get the reel. I like it. All right, just so I know what we're saving for, we need 250 for the line. Unless we're going to go 15. I feel like there's somewhere that sells a better fit for line. But I don't think it's Russia either. I think it's farther down. So I think we just go with this so we can get the full strength out of the rod and reel, and then we'll use the right size. So we're still gonna have to spend a good bit more just to put it all together, including the line, the indicator, the bigger feeder cage. Oh, do they sell those here? They've got to, right? Yeah, feeder basket. So we'll have to look at the test, make sure we get the right test. Test is 25 to 80. So we probably end up getting 40. 10 minutes real time for the ground bait. That's good to know. Okay, cool. Man, I'm just having such a good time. I cannot tell you how much fun I'm having. All right, I hope y'all are enjoying this as well. That's another episode. See you next time. Peace out. Tight lines, everybody. Oh, let me know if you have any interest in the club. So we need to see how much interest there is, because that is a lot of silver for, I mean, once we get to be a higher level, really in this game, that's a lot of silver. But it's worth it if we have a club, right? Okay. All right. Peace out.